Hi everyone, today we are going to rotate figures on the coordinate plane. You should take out your lesson worksheet if you have a copy. If not, grab a sheet of graph paper so that you can draw some coordinate planes and you can follow along as we go through the lesson. Let's get started. Here's the problem. We're going to graph triangle BCD after a 90-degree rotation about the origin. Carefully label the points of the image. Now, when we are rotating, first of all, a rotation is when you turn a figure. And something that I have written on the bottom that's kind of important, I think we should highlight this, is that all rotations move counterclockwise, right? So that means like the opposite of the direction of the clock. They go to the left unless you are told to go clockwise. So every once in a while, they'll tell you to rotate a figure clockwise, but for the most part, we are going to be going counterclockwise. Now, the easiest way to rotate figures, in my opinion, is to use the rules. So I've got the rules for rotations right up here at the top of the page for you. When we rotate a figure 90 degrees, the rule is the opposite of y and x. When we rotate a figure 180 degrees, we're going to use the rule opposite of x, opposite of y. And when we rotate a figure 270 degrees, we are going to use y and then the opposite of x. These rules are going to make perfect sense in a few minutes, I promise. All right, so let's do this first example. We are going to rotate triangle BCD 90 degrees about the origin. All right, here we go. Step one is we are going to list the coordinates of the pre-image. So point B is located at +4, -1. Point C is located at +4, +2. And point D is located at -1, +3. Okay, next thing is, what's the rule, right? Well, we're rotating 90 degrees, so we are going to use this rule right here. And our rule is that we are going to do the opposite of y and then x. It's really important that you don't think that means negative y, right? It doesn't mean that all of our y's are always going to be negative. This means the opposite of whatever y is. Now, I'm going to take this rule and I'm going to apply it to each of these coordinates in the pre-image, and then that is going to give me my new coordinates for the image. Okay, remember, when you have an ordered pair, the first number in an ordered pair is the x value and the second one is the y value. So when I am writing my coordinates for the image right here, I'm going to follow this rule, right? Basically, what I can see is happening is that I'm switching the x and the y, right? Because normally in an ordered pair, x comes first and then y, but in these, I'm going to have the y value first and then the x. So that's an important thing to remember. All right, let's look at the first one. We have +4, -1. I'm going to apply this rule. Now I'm going to write this rule again right above it because I think it's good to just look at it as many times as possible. All right, I want the opposite of whatever y is. So when I look at my first ordered pair, the y value was -1. I want the opposite. Well, the opposite of -1 is +1. And then x is just going to stay the same, right? There's no opposite sign in front of x. So that means whatever x is, I just keep it the same. Okay, the next one, I want the opposite of y. Well, my y value was a +2, so the opposite is going to make that a -2. And then x is going to stay the same. Here was my x, so that's a 4. For point D, I want to start out with the opposite of y. The opposite of +3 is -3. X is going to stay the same, -1. And now we are going to graph or plot these new coordinates. So +1, +4 is up here. Now you want to make sure that you are labeling them as you go, especially when you are doing rotations, because it can get a little bit confusing. -2, +4 is right here, so that's point C. And then -3 and -1 is down here, so this is point D. Right? When you're rotating figures, they very rarely look anything like they did to start out with. So that's why it's a really, really good idea to label your points as you go. Okay, so there's that line. I'm going to draw my lines the best I can here. And then here's this one. Now you, of course, will be using a ruler, so your lines are going to be much nicer. And there we go. All right, so there is our rotated figure 90 degrees around the origin. And I have them labeled, and you can see how it doesn't really look anything like it did to start out with, right? But that's the thing about rotations. So let's move on to our next example. All right, so our next example, we are going to rotate triangle XYZ 180 degrees, and we are going to color it blue. And then we're going to rotate that same triangle 270 degrees, and we are going to color it red. Okay, so first let's get some points here for our pre-image. So point X is right here. That's located at +3, +4. And point Y is over here. That's located at +5, +4. And Z is down here. That's located at +4, -1. All right, let's apply this first rule. So we are rotating 180 degrees. If I look back at my rules, my 180-degree rule is the opposite of X and the opposite of Y. This is my favorite rule, the 180, because it's so easy, right? Opposite of X, opposite of Y. Basically, all we're doing is changing the signs, right? We're keeping everything the same, just changing those signs. So a +3 and a +4 is going to turn into a -3 and a -4. A +5 and a +4 will become a -5 and a -4. And then a 4 and a -1 will become a -4 and a +1. All right, let's graph these. So -3, 1, 2, 3, and -4 is down here. So this is point X. I'm going to put my little prime symbol on it. -5 and -4 is over here. There's Y. Put the prime sign. And then -4 and +1 is up here, and I'm going to put my Z. All right, now I'm going to draw some lines again, because we always want to connect the points for our new figure so we can really see what is happening to it here. And this is what triangle XYZ is going to look like after it is rotated 180 degrees. And we can see that it started here in this top right quadrant. This is quadrant 1. And a 180-degree rotation means it's moving 2 quadrants to the left, because every time we rotate 90 degrees, that moves us around 1 quadrant to the left. So 90 degrees would put it here somewhere, 180 puts it down here, so it's in the perfect location. All right, let's do the next one. This time we are going to rotate 270 and we're going to color it red. Let's look at that rule again. Here's my rule for 270. This time I'm going to do Y and then the opposite of X. So let's write that down. I think it's really important to write your rules down all the time. I like to write them above like this so I can just see exactly what I'm doing. Now we're going to go back to our original ordered pairs because we are rotating this figure 270 degrees. Okay, this time we're doing that switcheroo thing again, right? The Y's coming first. So my Y value is this 4. And it's not the opposite of Y, it's just straight up Y, so it's going to stay the same, 4. And then the second number is going to be the opposite of whatever X was. Well, the opposite of +3 is -3. For my next one, I'm going to keep Y the same, right? This 4 is going to stay the same. I want the opposite of whatever X was. The opposite of 5 is -5. And then for my last ordered pair, Y is going to stay the same. That's -1. And the opposite of X, the opposite of 4, is -4. All right, let's graph. So +4 and -3 is right here. This is point X. And then we have a +4 and a -5 down here. This is Y. And then a -1 and a -4 is over here, and that is point Z. And again, notice how I am labeling my points as I am drawing them. I can't emphasize how important that is when you're doing rotations, because rotations get a little funky sometimes, right? They're like flipped all over the place. It doesn't look anything like what you started with. And sometimes you have your points labeled incorrectly at the end, and I have absolutely done that in the past. All right, so here is what our image is going to look like of triangle XYZ when it is rotated 280. Again, if I start here, 90 degrees will put it in this quadrant, 180 will move it down here, 270 moves it here, 360 would put it right back where it started with, right? Whenever you rotate something 360 degrees, that is a complete circle and you end up exactly where you started with. And that's important for our last example. So our last example says, how can I use the rules to rotate a figure clockwise, right? Usually we're going counterclockwise, but this time it is clockwise. So that means we're going to the right. Now, let's think about this. If I was rotating a figure 270 degrees to the left, right? That would be 90, 180, 270. That would be this red one right here. That would be the same thing as going 90 degrees to the right, right? 90 degrees to the right would put it there. So 270 to the left is the same as 90 to the right. Does that make sense? I hope so, because 360 degrees is a complete circle. So if you are doing, I'm going to give you some rules for clockwise rotations. So I'm going to show you that a 90 degree clockwise rotation, I'm going to do C for clockwise, is the same thing as going 270 degrees counterclockwise. Now 180 degrees, it doesn't matter which way you go. If I'm going from this black one to our blue one here, 180 would be 2 places to the left, or 2 turns to the left, 1, 2. And it would also be 2 turns to the right, 1, 2, right? Because 180 is half of 360. So it doesn't matter which direction you go. So we don't even need a rule for that. One other rule I'm going to give you is if they're asking you to go 270 degrees clockwise, that would be the same as going 90 degrees counterclockwise. Okay, so whenever they're asking you to go clockwise, if they want you to go 90 degrees clockwise, you're going to use the 270 rule that we have on the first page. And if they're asking you to go 270 degrees clockwise, you're going to use the 90 degree rule. So we're going to rotate LMNO 90 degrees clockwise. Well, going 90 degrees clockwise is the same thing as going 270 degrees counterclockwise. So we're going to use our 270 rule. And our 270 rule is that we do Y and then we do the opposite of X. So here we go, X, Y. This time we're not even graphing anything, we're just using the rule. Y is going to stay the same, there's my 5. The opposite of X would be the opposite of -4, and that is +4. For M, Y is going to stay the same, right? That's our first thing, 4. Then I need the opposite of X. Well, the opposite of +3 is -3. For point N, I'm going to start out with Y. I'm going to keep it the way it is, -5. And then I want the opposite of X. Well, the opposite of 1 is -1. And then finally, for point O, I'm going to keep Y the same, which is 0. And I need the opposite of X. Opposite of -4 is +4. All right, so you just want to use these rules. It's very important that you have them in a safe place, because rotating with rules, I think, is just the easiest way to do it. Remember to label your points as you go. Remember to draw some nice straight lines with a ruler. Watch the video if you need to see the examples again. And as always, reach out to your teacher if you need more help. See you next time.